love of plants probably started when I was like 5 or 6. My parents always had a garden, and my mom, I don't know, grew things like corn and pumpkins and all kinds of like, I don't know, just garden-y things. And I loved weeding and watering them and watching them grow.
Using and working with plants has pretty much my whole life. So my family always has gardens, always has, you know, flowers, and taking care of them and dealing with them has been non-stop my whole life, even during winter.
That probably happened back before I moved to Wyoming, back when I still lived in West Jordan, and we lived across the street from a nursery, and we had a pretty untamed backyard in terms of plant life, so me and my twin sister would spend a lot of time out there just hanging out, cultivating plants and forks and stuff, and ever since then it's just kind of blossomed.
Because they're freaking amazing.
Yeah.
I like to watch them grow, and I think the best part of plants is actually when they're in like glass containers, and then you can also watch the roots grow as well as the top, and I don't know.
Considering that when it's important for people to work with plants is because we only have one earth, and being able to, you know, manage plants, manage our resources. If people start younger, then they're more used to it by the time they actually become informed decision makers. So teaching them about the proper places for plants, where not to put plants, where to put plants, and depending on the species is really important, both for what we have now and for our future generations.
I mean, plants are just a cool living organism, how they don't really move, but they're, you know, they're a life form that functions in our ecosystem, so plants are really interesting to me.
No, I have not taken any botany classes or like, I don't know, intense college classes, but I did take several classes in high school and just general science classes that always touched on plants a little bit. So
taking classes for botany is really important with my degree in earth science. So we constantly look at plants. If it's not just a botany class, it's always, you know, how plants affect soil, how plants affect rocks. So always taking botany classes or something with that. So if people have questions about their plants and how to keep them alive, the first resource is, if they get it from a store, look at the tag. The tag usually has most of the information you need. I'd also go to the library, depending on where you're at, but the easiest place to go is just Googling it and getting information from online.
So usually when I have questions about my plants, like if they're struggling or anything like that, I Google it first, and then if I can't find the answer on Google, I usually go to like the florist or the nursery, and they're usually very helpful in like telling me what's wrong with my plant and stuff like that. So
with the schools I teach at, being able to have an area where the extra stuff that we throw away isn't going directly to landfills and able to actually put back into the school environment is really important. It both increases the nutrients within our soil, so we don't have to buy as much potting soil from somewhere else, as well as decreasing the amount of garbage we throw away. So it's really important for our resources.
Nice. I think learning how to farm and raise plants, especially plants that yield a crop, is very important because you know, today we're so reliant on the grocery stores and that, and it's kind of a lost art, you know. So I think it's good for everyone to have a basic understanding of how plants grow and come to be on the grocery store shelves. So I think it's very important for it to be in schools and local communities.
House.
Yes, there are so many health benefits of having plants in the house. There's quite a few. Well, plants just in general, they filter the air. They make it feel more like clean living. They're really good, especially like in classrooms. And I don't know, there's several studies that have been done about just the amount of plants per like square footage or whatever in a classroom increases students' attentions, and it increases the amount of sick days that they take. They tend to take fewer sick days. And it also really helps just with like productivity and just, I don't know, enjoying being in the classroom.
What comes to mind when I think about therapeutic plants is that plants intake all the stuff that's in the air and needs to use it. That's all the chemicals that are in there, all the impurities from processes we have in the house, and it makes it cool, nice, breathable air. It makes it healthier. Studies show that keeping plants in your room actually lowers the chances you're going to get sick because it cleans the air, it cleans the toxins that are in the air. Plants in the work environment does the same. You have a bunch of people cramped in a small office, you throw some plants in there, and it cleans the air and makes everyone happy with this splash of color.
Tips for first-time plant owners would probably don't be discouraged because your plants are going to die. They are going to die and you're going to feel sad, and just, I don't know, just don't give up kind of thing. Obviously don't just buy a bunch of plants and then expect them to die, because that's like murder, but just that, sometimes you don't always know what you're doing, and as long as you try to research and understand and grow from that knowledge of your dead plants, you'll get better at it. So yes, I think that everybody should have plants like everywhere. So I don't know, plants just like help make a room feel more homey, and they filter the air obviously, and so they're pretty great. I think that everybody should have plants in every aspect of their life.
Nice.